everybody. Kyle here, Genreverse YouTube channel. About ready to edit our Dr. Stone reaction. Dr. Stone episode, season 4, episode 1. Super excited. Many of you might know how much Dr. Stone means to me personally. The fact that Dr. Stone reawakened the inner weeb in me that had been kind of mostly dormant for a while back in 2019, 2018. Yeah, super excited to get into this one. Been a while since I've done a editing live stream. Had some family stuff going on. We were sick. It's been a hectic winter and fall, to say the least, but we're back. We're doing stuff. You guys go ahead and subscribe if you don't mind. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't like it. Done a lot of editing videos in the past. The last one was 2 weeks ago. I did Yakuza on Christmas Eve. Before that, you can see it's been some time, but hey, we do a lot of other stuff here on the channel besides reactions. We got reviews. Used to do a lot more reviews and podcasts. Hope to do that again this year, getting into 2025. It's hard to believe it's already 2025. Jeez. LRMonline.com if you're into other things in entertainment, geeky pop culture, comics, video games, anime, of course, hoity-toity Oscar bait movies or Golden Globe Emmy stuff, TV stuff, hoity-toity TV stuff. We cover it all if you're into it. So are we. It's time to do some editing, guys. Time to edit this episode. I actually already went in and kind of got a head start, which I often do on my edits, trying to find our cold open here at the beginning. We have a little bit of chit chat early on. Our hype, reintroducing ourselves to people that might be seeing our channel for the first time, which I try to do whenever we do, whenever a new season starts. Yeah, and then we spend a bit of time talking, so I actually put in a little warning that, hey, the actual reaction starts at 5:27. That being said, it'll take me a moment to kind of get into the flow of things. Feel free to chit chat if you're watching live, and if you are watching on repeat, leave some comments. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Yeah, let's get into this. Hopefully everything's set and I can just kind of get into the flow, and I'll be able to interact with you guys, and hopefully we'll have a good stream. Got the mug. Excited. The shirt, got the mug. You guys can't see my figures. Here's my tattoo. Ooh, I need to put in my tattoo, so I will do little things like that towards the end. I'll go back in and drop in like clips and stuff like that, so. Oh, they're making audio recordings. What's up, that guy? I am excited Dr. Stone started again today. How are you doing? Well, I mean, we've already discovered the secret. Tiny device. America. America. I'm gonna put in a note. I might put in the Team America song. We all know which song that's gonna be, right? I might put it in there. Maybe. Hey, no work is as long as you're not like in dire need of money if you're paid hourly, no work can definitely be a good thing and a reason not to complain.
Oh joy.
I, however, am working, which I don't mind. I when I'm not, you know, sick or burned out, I I like working. I like being productive. I wish I could work more. Unfortunately, uh, my first career, the United States Army, was quite hard on my mind
Okay.
and body. So
I see what he's changed it. Technology's okay. Let's just keep certain technology at bay. Which
blocks it dies.
which he was like. But it's
Statue of Liberty still might be.
nice to see him as seawater and all that. Well, that one Buddha remained. Hakone. One Buddha remained. In Hakone, and it had copper,
Oh, I was thinking of the waves.
and
eroding
also
the
the seawater.
there might be a little bit too much noise going on. I'm going to turn down my background music.
Thinking of like the sinking.
And
like,
there's the
waves
And
eroding
also
the-
the seawater, yeah.
okay, yeah, that's a bit high too. So we'll turn that down a little bit.
and
So the seawater, yeah.
When I did my Christmas Eve
Water, yeah.
editing live stream, the audio mix was a bit off. Let me know if it sounds all right to you guys. Like when I'm talking while this stuff is playing at the same time,
waves
And
eroding
do I
also
the-
the
sound
seawater, yeah.
pretty decent? Like clear enough? The me talking now?
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, yes, it is. Yes, yes, it is.
I am with you on that. Good, thank you, that guy. Appreciate the feedback on that. And that's just a chuckle. I'll skip that out. I you know, went from the army to being medically retired, doing mostly just the stuff for LRM and eventually starting the genreverse, spinning off because LRM's got its own YouTube channel where mostly it's the like celebrity interviews. We have. I thought I could like open up in a new window, but the celebrity interviews and things like that, red carpet events. But on the LRM, there it goes. On the LRM YouTube channel, you can actually find our old podcasts before we spun off the genreverse, and you can see like old anime reviews, more Marvel stuff, Star Wars stuff, things like that. Things eventually went over to the genreverse when we started that, but it helped keep me busy. Getting the genreverse started was a big deal, and now here we are doing this.
Oh, she's basically a some more character.
Kinro giving
She gets some more.
Kirasami compliments made me think for a moment. I didn't say it out loud, but it made me think for a moment that maybe Kinro and her might end up as a thing. Do me a favor, guys, if you enjoy our content, if you're enjoying this this live stream, or you're watching on VOD afterwards, give the video a like, help push it in the algorithm, help push the channel in the algorithm. That stuff really matters, and we greatly appreciate it. What was the one anime or even manga that you read that really got you to like it? I mean, technically, Robotech, Voltron, probably Voltron more than anything. Going back into, you know, those late 80s, early 90s, but as far as like the anime that I watched knowing it was anime that really got me into it, was a night with like a sleepover with friends, and we watched Dragon Ball Tree of Might. Not that great of a movie in retrospect, but it was awesome. Street Fighter 2, the movie, and believe it or not, sixth grade me watching Ninja Scroll. But immediately after that, like that next weekend or something, like really close by, Tenchi Muyo. Absolutely got hooked onto anime, mostly at first because of how awesome Tenchi was, and that was like 96. Yeah, like 96. And ever since then, it's grown. You know, I was there, Gandalf. I was there for the start of Toonami. So got exposed to a lot of things via that. Rentals at Blockbuster, Hollywood Video. Hastings was big in high school. I don't know if you guys have a Hastings wherever you might be at. So yeah, technically stuff that I didn't even know was anime. And then a really fun night where I got exposed to a lot of different anime, and eventually Tenchi. What about you, that guy? What got you into anime?
Yet. Oh God. Uh-huh.
Kinro. Oh.
This guy. This guy.
Had to jinx it.
This.
I don't know how much of that I want to keep. Probably not much of it.
This guy.
Yeah, that'll
This
work.
guy.
I know a lot of people that got hooked because of Naruto. Did you catch it on something like Toonami? I'm not sure if you're North American or not. I don't know how far Cartoon Network's Toonami / Adult Swim block spreads out across the world, but cool.
You just had to jinx it.
Cut there. Hey, you know, I'm very thankful for what we got from Toonami. A lot of people don't realize Tenchi ended up on Toonami eventually, and Gundam Wing, Trigun, and like I said, between like Toonami, both like when it was an after school block, entertainment block, and when it went to like Adult Swim and stuff like Full Metal Alchemist, and I mentioned Trigun. Cartoon Network was a very important thing here for anime, and we can't. It should never be understated what they did for anime here in the States, at least.
opening.
I liked the opening for this. I really did.
Some horns for you, Brian.
Of course, I can't play the whole thing.
I don't even know who's doing the opening.
It was a pretty good opening. I really enjoyed the animation for this, and we talk about it quite a bit.
It's kind of cool.
I like this.
Did they do Kill la Kill on Toonami? Because eventually there was a time where I was you know, in the army doing army stuff, and I would still watch anime, catching like old stuff, occasionally finding new movies and things like that, trying to build my DVD collection. And but I eventually did kind of fall out of following what was being shown on Cartoon Network, Toonami, Adult Swim, but also just kind of losing the ability to follow new stuff. You know, for a while there, Funimation and Crunchyroll weren't a thing, and then they were, but they were various levels of legality to get anime here in the States. That's why it was about 2016, I think, that I finally got a Funimation account. Maybe a little bit before, but that was mostly to watch old stuff, catch some new stuff, some things that got recommended. I think it was around then that I saw things like, like 2016 to 18 ish, things like Penny and Stalking, Shimonetta. That was hilarious. What else? I just had one I was going to mention. Death Parade, I think, was one. So, like, I was watching stuff, but I still wasn't like seasonal yet. It was Dr. Stone that got me back into it hardcore, and then I dragged Christine and Brian along with me. Not that they put up any resistance. Hey, I mentioned trying to get my DVD collection up, and you used to go on eBay and find import anime, which was way less expensive than the 2 episodes per disc at like Suncoast that you could get or ordering online. And those things weren't necessarily actually imported. But I didn't know. I try to do the right thing. But when things aren't available, people that decide they decide what risks they're willing to take. I don't generally judge. Not until you're just like,
Predator.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
not until you're like one of those that is just straight up, you could get anime legally, but you just won't. And it's like, it kind of hurts the industry. Takes money to make it takes money to make content type thing, you know. But again, I don't judge too much, and when I do, I usually do it silently.
To pull how they've done pieces as well.
Mm-hmm.
There he is, the savior of anime humanity.
You see all the math in the background.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very fun intro.
So who's
That's a weird. That's a weird
who's
hair.
the silver-haired bad guy?
That one looks like a Final Fantasy character. That one looks like a Final Fantasy character.
Ooh, Hyoga back there. Lurking. Nice. I liked it. That was good. That was enjoyable.
Very fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ryusui versus Senku.
All right, next chapter. What did I call? Reintroductions and OP. So reintroductions and OP. And then here we get to intense discussion. That'll work. I think that'll be a good title. I did something to my shoulder. Well, in 2013, I fell through a roof in Afghanistan, is what originally did to my shoulder. But I had surgery, and it's been messed up ever since, even after the surgery, of course. But I did something recently where it's really, really sore. My primary sport is hockey. I enjoy watching football, not really college. I don't have like a state loyalty, city loyalty. Not only was I in the army, but I'm an army brat, and but I can watch it. But I don't have like fandom for any college team. But I like football because it's one of those that has big plays, big stuff can happen, really skillful moments happen in football all the time when it's not, commercials or plays stopped for advertisements and talking and commercials and more commercials, of course. Baseball, I like watching baseball live. But yeah, mostly hockey. What about you? What's your football teams that you like? I'm guessing we're talking American gridiron football.
It's a long time at ocean. At sea.
I said at ocean instead of at sea. You watch a hockey game if it's on, but you don't know what's going on. Hey, that's all right. Go live if you've never seen a live hockey game. Like all sports, like I don't like basketball generally at all. Not like I hate it or something. It's just I shouldn't say I don't like it. I nothing basketball. It's not something I would ever willingly choose to watch. But live basketball games, even then, have a good time. Any sport is good live. Ravens, huh? Did you follow the? I don't know how old you are, but did you follow them from Cleveland? Were you a Browns fan that followed them to Baltimore? That was them, right? Yeah, yeah. It was Baltimore Ravens used to be Cleveland, and then of course the Browns got a new franchise, which is its own franchise, and I don't remember if they got the I don't remember if Cleveland got the records and like a lineage back or not, or if that stayed in Baltimore. Or did I stop it? Okay. Maybe let's stop it there because I want to. There we go. Okay. Hey, I can respect that. I don't know exactly who Lamar Jackson is, but I can respect you picking someone and following them like that. Look, the way I picked my favorite hockey team was incredibly. It was a very intense decision. I had to, look through all these teams, and this is like in the mid '90s, and I'm, elementary, middle school, getting into middle school. I think it was like maybe 94, 95, somewhere around there. Anyways, I've had a few head injuries. So I'm like 9, 10 years old, and I picked the team with my favorite animal. I like penguins. I think penguins are cool. They're cute. They're hardy creatures. They put up with some seriously tough situations. And I found out there was a hockey team whose mascot was the Penguins, and I have been a Pittsburgh Penguins fan ever since, going on what seems like now, yeah, like 30 years. Because I turned 40 this month. Oh my God.
Ow.
I'm going to silence my wife's cough a bit.
Calais. There was that Calais.
Do I need to keep this in? I'm talking about seeing the teaser trailer where they showed the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm going to leave it in because at the beginning I say that we were 100% like spoiler free and hadn't watched any trailers, but then I remembered. So I want to make sure that memory, in case I bring it up later on, that it doesn't seem like I was lying or trying to cut something out. Generally, I probably would have cut this out except for what I had said earlier.
Calais. There was that teaser.
Hey, anime watcher, how's it going?
There was that teaser. There was that teaser somewhere. I
What
don't
what have you
remember
been
if it was at
watching?
the end of New World, or maybe it was an
Dr. Stone is so good. I mean, of course, I'm obviously biased. Um, I think I think the whole series has been really good. I know some people have had issues here and there with some of the pacing and whatnot, but it seems mostly positive. It's highly underrated. I think even trying to put myself in a more objective like place, I think it's severely underappreciated, and not like people are wrong for not watching it or getting into it. Um, it's just it's so good, but I'm biased. So watch the Stone Wars. Watch season 2. It's only 11 episodes. It's got some of the best episodes in the series. And if you really enjoy season 2, man, season 3, especially once they get to I'll just say the island, which is different than where they were at in the first season. Season 3 is phenomenal, and again has some of the best moments there are. Every season's got some of the best.
but forgot. Wants to go faster.
So part of editing reactions is almost re-editing the anime episode itself and looking for parts to cut um, without, because the focus should be on us, fair use, at least the spirit of fair use. I know Japan is not a follower of that, but for my own personal peace of mind, if you will, and also to have what I feel like is a decent, footing to defend the idea of fair use, we cut as much as we can, keep the focus on our reaction to individual moments. But I know people need some context, and that's why we make sure the subtitles are clear and whatnot. But I have to cut stuff. I can't just leave everything in, and so I'm like literally looking at, okay, Ryusui here's describing the room line, and then he discusses a bit about it, but it's not like important details. So I'm just going to cut and go to where he says we're spending 70 days on that route. Hey Zomki, how's it going? Best part is that all of his manners, which are common for you're what you were watching. Bureaucrat to villainous dad was reincarnated. Okay. Um, Funny, long story short, Truck Coon, it's a guy. Okay. And goes live in his girl's love game. Interesting. Best part, manners which are common for us look like the gold standard for nobles. It's a good point. Back in the past, common decency wasn't so common. And that guy got distracted with a bunch of other. Yeah, go give it another shot. I can't sing the praises of Dr. Stone enough. Plus, you can come back and watch our reactions. We have reviews back on that LRM YouTube channel. Be gentle. Season 1 reviews are incredibly dense because we were young podcasters. Not young in age, young in experience. The season 2 reviews are a little bit snappier, I think. And then we have the season 3 reactions here on the Genreverse. So yeah, thank you guys, all of you that are watching this live stream, this live stream editing. I really appreciate it. If you are enjoying it, give us a hand and hit that like button. It really does help videos get pushed up in algorithms, even live streams. And of course, that helps the channel. So it would be greatly appreciated. Zomki, how have you been? It's been a while since I've done a live stream and gotten a chance to say hi. What are you watching this season, Zomki? What are you looking forward to most? Or what have you seen already that's got you super hyped? I'll keep this line in. Cut that out though. All right, somewhere right around there.
Yeah, you're about to learn how.
Pretty sure it was Tokyo Ghoul that ended up straying you from it at that time. Oh, I'm sorry that you had a nightmare, Zomkian. I don't know how in the world my voice could help anyone out, but thank you.
Works.
Yes.
Does Ryusui, who's but why does Ryusui, who's the sailor, want to use the old-fashioned route?
No, I am ignoring you. Oh, Oh, thank God. I had to order I use a TENS unit, which is, that thing that sends electric impulses to your muscles. And I use it for different joints and body parts. And I'm out of what's the word? The pads, the actual electrodes, and I had to order some same day delivery because, like I said, man, my shoulder, I don't know if I slept on it wrong. I know I had to use my cane a lot more in the last 8 to 10 days. Maybe that's a part of it. Well, the good thing about being cold, Zomki, is generally it's easier to get warm. You can, get warmer clothes, more blankets. It's better than being too hot because you can only take off so much. Kyle, if you haven't seen it, you're also liking Headhunted into Another World. Okay. Isekai, better job, treats you like a human with great benefits. Okay. But you're working for the Demon King. It's kind of like that. My favorite episode of The Simpsons is you only move twice, and Homer goes to work for a like James Bond-esque supervillain. But the work is great, and the benefits and pay are amazing. Solo Leveling was good. Zomki, if you haven't seen our reaction, definitely go check out. I don't have a favorite in the big three. Sorry, I know you are a Naruto fan. I'm not a Naruto fan. Bleach, I need to give Bleach a second try because I saw Bleach there in like the early 2000s is when it was on Adult Swim, Toonami, and the way I understand it's very heavily edited, and I remember the dub just not feeling so good to me. The English dub didn't play so well, so I didn't like it. It's not like I hated it or anything like that, but I've heard, if you watch it in Japanese and you don't see all the censorship, that Bleach is actually really good. So I need to give that one a second try. One Piece I have tried multiple times. I think it works best as a manga, and I think the live action series did a really good job with the early manga chapters and early anime. So much so that I would suggest seeing the live action after reading manga before watching the original anime. I'm super interested in what is it Wit, the new One Piece anime that's going to be coming out in the next year or two. I'm curious as to how that one will work. So yeah, those are my feelings on the big three.
Fashion route.
Yeah, the names are ridiculous.
Fashion route. Safer.
Mm.
The effort.
Mm.
The effort.
Okay, where am I at? I am at like 12 minutes, and the ending starts at about 30, so I got about 18 minutes of stuff to edit. This is how I keep my sanity on editing videos, is looking at this endpoint, because once the credits start rolling, this is pretty much, I don't really generally cut these too much. I'll look in the ending because there's a lot of gaps, and I'll cut that out. But I know that that's usually the short point. I will have some work to go in and put in some clips and images.
The effort. That's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
tend to agree with
Good.
the I tend to agree with
Good.
the professional here.
Good arguments.
Yeah. Janky tech, man. It's
Yeah.
wait a whole nother season. And then you have to wait a whole nother.
Toaru, though? I'm not quite sure. Did I get lost in what you're talking about, Zamki? Oh, not Naturo. Okay, I think it was a typo. Took me a second. We were talking about the big three. You just can't get into One Piece way too long for you now. That's why I'm kind of curious about the One Piece and how it will do.
And then you have to wait a whole nother season.
Yeah.
There's the benefits for the short time.
Like the Ranma 1/2 remake, that was really good. Like a lot of fun.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, it's the thing. Like, yes, the Y man. Like, yes, the Y man sending out that transmission battery would suck to lose but like there's a lot of danger. They both have they both got good points.
Mm-hmm.
They're both right.
Mm-hmm.
They're both right.
I said that line. I said they're both right with the intent to hopefully set up using a clip from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, where Leo and Raph are arguing, and I think it's Donnie who's like, "He's right, he's right." They're both right, but I don't really see a place to slide it in the right way. So it's just if you know, you know. Oh, you've been watching Index, like a certain magical Index and Railgun. I mean, you know, like I'm a big fan of Railgun, right? Like, hold on. Let's see here. I'll only. Oh. Like Railgun. Sorry, my screen for OBS is down here, so I'm trying to make sure that I can like line that up. One. And I would like more figures. But looking at some of those figures online, if I bought them, I think they would probably put me on a list. And as an American, I'm probably already on a bunch of lists for saying words like freedom and constitution. So I don't need that. Blue Exorcist, underrated. I've heard it's pretty good. Yes, Zamki, I do. Other anime you're looking forward to, Watcher. is on the 12th. Red Ranger becomes an adventurer. It's kind of cool. The Love Super Sentai has been getting in anime recently. You got the Loser Ranger a few years ago now, like 2 years ago. Now you had Love After World Domination, which was adorable. I wish, and the way I understand it is it Toei that has Super Sentai? They don't want to see that, the stuff that gave us Power Rangers here in the West, animated, which sucks because my God, I would love it if like a studio like Trigger did adapted the Shattered Grid comics that were done by Boom Studios, Kyle Higgins and some others. I forget the artist on it, but Higgins was the writer. Phenomenal. It took everything. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. I'm wearing my Green Ranger hoodie, and I'm usually most of my thumbnails are done in my White Ranger hoodie because this is my Kyle's put on weight hoodie, or Kyle's other hoodies are dirty because this one just hangs off me. It's too big, and I need to get a new Green Ranger one that isn't as big. You say that, but Dynazenon and Gridman were pretty good. The movie should have been a series, should have been a season. Gridman Universe. Brian and I are still supposed to do a review of that. There were so many moments in that movie that just were like, oh my God, if this had more build up and more time as a season instead of a movie, it would have been so good. So good. It wasn't bad. It was just so good.
Oh, she's back in her
Could have been
paper?
better. Could have been better. I just think Trigger's got a lot of and I mean any studio could do some really unique art and bring in people from projects that were done by studio, but just having seen Dynazenon and Gridman,
That's what their relationship feels like. It feels very sibling-like.
them doing Shattered Grid just feels right.
He's messing things up.
Mighty Morphin, all the way up through like I was aging out of it by the time you got to Zeo. I thought the toys for several of the other seasons were all right, but I was kind of aging out of it, which is fine, you know. But I've always had that hunger for Power Rangers for me. You know what I'm saying? Like a modern Power Rangers for me, for the fans that are my age. Not that younger fans wouldn't be able to enjoy. I don't want it like rated R or anything like that. But I want something that appeals to a broad audience, but is kind of like made with us in mind. The first Power Rangers, not first Super Sentai fans, but the first Mighty Morphin Power. And that 2016, 2015 live action movie, other than the looks, like I hated the suits and I didn't like the Zords, of course. It looked like they were just trying to emulate Michael Bay's Transformers. But the acting, the characters, the story was good. I liked it. Not bad, not good. Never really liked it. Watchable. Fair take. It's not for everyone, for sure. Okay, fair enough. Well, Pantheon Stocking's getting a new one, so we'll see. normally when I'm doing live streams for editing, it's because I tend not to get on my phone or start surfing the internet because it's right there. I could just hop on and start. Oh, I'm editing and don't have the right room on. I'm sorry, guys. How long were you guys gonna let me not show you what I was editing? But I can get easily distracted. Oh, I want to look something up, and so I do the live streams to kind of limit that and stay focused. As I was so focused I didn't even have the right screen up for you guys. Um, but we're having really good conversation, so I'm getting distracted. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm down with it. We got 15 minutes ish of editing left to do, and I have been going for almost an hour, so not too bad. Jungle Fury was the one airing when you could actually understand what was going on. So was that like your first? Uh, was that like your actual first, or did you see some before but just didn't get it and thought it was cool to see colors and fighting and stuff? Oh yeah, in that bag, great. I love that bag. We got that from AX this past year. Uh, Last year, Anime Expo. Christine got one as well, and we've got this like wall in our stairwell, and it's like where the stairs are going down. There's a wall here, and we're gonna put like framing up a bunch of our bags, swag bags from different conventions, and put them up on that wall. I think that's the idea. I summed it up perfectly. Nice. I need some Konosuba figures. Since the majority of the characters are of age, I don't think I'll get put on a list. And the ones that aren't necessarily of age have figures that aren't like Kuroko Shirai's from Railgun. Dear God, why can't they just like there are fans that are out there not for the horny. They're there because they like the comedy and stuff. Like, give us a figure that's not so dirty. There was uh some really cool like porcelain doll style uh dolls. They're anime dolls, and they oh god, I gotta show you these guys. Hold on, let me see if I can't find it. It was in uh God, they had 2B, they had Saber from Fate, and they had Megami from Megamine, sorry, from Konosuba. And I want to see if I can find that relatively quickly and show you guys. I might be able to, I might not. We'll find out. Let's see here. They were awesome. Lots of photos. How dare you say that Aqua is the best kind of one? Who said that? Where did all the images go? I feel like I'm missing some. Here we go. All right, let's see. Will it pop up there? Yes. Cool. So here was the Saber one. These were so expensive, and I'm not like a doll person. Figures, yes, but I'm not like a doll person. I want these. These look so freaking cool. Where's the next one? I just had it. Hold on. Here's Megamine. Maybe not. There we go. There's Megamine. No. Right here. These were really cool. And then 2B. with Pod. Really awesome. So if I had money to waste, that I would get. Zomki Eris is greater than Aqua. Hey Rico, how's it going? What you watching this season right now, Rico?
What? What?
You're back here now again. I remember when someone was talking. I know who Eris is, and because someone spoiled it, Christine still does not know who Eris is. So, shh.
But Senku might. But. But.
I need a new time stamp because this is the poker game. Oh. We'll do it right here. You're impressed she didn't get the clues. To be fair, I think it's kind of light on clues. To me, it feels kind of light on clues in those first 2 seasons. Definitely, if I'm not mistaken, there's definitely more clues in season 3. If you watch our season 3 reactions, you'll see me multiple times see something or say something, and then I will purposefully look right into the camera to let you guys know that I know.
What?
But Senku might.
You want to play against? Ow.
Hey, Bag, you got mentioned in this video. Or was it the live stream? I don't know. I mentioned you by name. Well, I said Bag, not your full name. But that's still better than last time's some Dr. Stone fan on my on our Discord server.
I let him deal. Don't let him deal. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This was so fun. You know, I was just mentioning, some people are totally into anime for the horn eye. Some are not. And some can occasionally find themselves in there because goddamn, Kohaku in that dress. I do want they got one nice, and I talk about figures in this reaction, Dr. Stone figures, not just, female figure. That they got a really cool Kohaku. They animated her walk a little too well, right? We can appreciate that a little bit. Let's see here. What do we got? You want to appreciate that walk just a bit? Let's see. Yeah, they did. Might need some further research later on. Now, they got a really good Kohaku figure. They got great Senku, Tsukasa, Gen figures, which I've got the big ones back there. But they don't have any freaking Chrome stuff, man. I think there's like one plushie, like one of those chibi cutesy type plushies of Chrome.
She doesn't know how to play.
And he's such an important character. Like, why he hasn't... Dr. Stone has not gotten the merchandise love that it deserves, right? I adore Kohaku. She quickly became one of my favorite characters in the series, and I love her and Senku's what feels like to me very familial, very sibling like, and not anime sibling, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, but more like traditional sibling type relationship and that type of love that they seem to have for each other, especially her to him. I think she adores the hell out of him in a completely uh not romantic or sexual way. That's the way that I feel about those two characters, and I really like that. And I think that was very obvious when she's for those of you that haven't seen season 3, cover your ears until I wave at the screen, because I'm going to say a bit of a spoiler for season 3. So, spoiler coming up in 3, 2, 1. When she's released from the stone in season 3, her reunion with Senku kind of really solidifies that. And that's not the only moment. There's plenty of them, but that one right there, that was a big deal. And it's fun. Even though they do have a kiss and it's kind of weird because like I'm calling it a sibling thing. She just did what needed to be done. And they're not real siblings like in Star Wars. So, spoilers over. I'm waving at the screen. I hope you guys can see that. You're good to go now. I gave you warnings, Rico. People ship who they want. I don't think he's interested in right, anime. I don't think he's interested in anyone right now. Maybe someday, but right now he's got his eye on the mission.
She doesn't know what sleight of hand always looks like, though, you know?
Oh, that was just Brian hitting his microphone. I will mute that for you guys. I try to when I notice little sounds. I try to get those out for you guys.
No? Having Ranma flashbacks. The announcers.
I feel like I need to cut some stuff out of here somewhere. Get this right here.
The announcers.
Yeah, I'm not really going to be able to.
Gambling's been introduced.
You should, Rico. You should.
Alright, we've got the blackjack. You guys know what we need now. I'll start my own adventure to save the planet with blackjack and hookers.
Oh, gotta love our Futurama references. Someone does. Someone is a really, really big fan. Is it you, Rico? I'm sorry, it's been a while since I gotten a chance to talk to anyone about them. If it's not you, Rico, then I know someone was a real big fan of every time we mention Futurama. And you know what? While you're riding the walrus, remember that nobody does it like molten boron. Oh, holy crap. Speaking of that, I know I'm getting totally distracted here, guys, but if you go on YouTube, I'm going to drop this in the, I'm going to drop this. I put it on our, awesome, Rico. I put this in our Discord. By the way, join our Discord if you haven't already. If you are a Futurama fan and you have ever wondered whether or not Nibbler is indeed in the first broadcast episode, not the DVD releases or streaming where things can be added or changed, and you've always wondered if it was actually there, Nibbler's shadow responsible for pushing Fry, go watch this video. It is on Scenometry here on YouTube. The video is like 30 minutes long, and to answer this question, it's got a lot of history and explains how he got it. But he's got a screener tape, and if you just want to know the answer, go to 2410. Yeah. I wanted to know, and I watched the video, and like I said, it didn't need to be 30 minutes. I think he's obviously very passionate about it, which is good. And that comes through in the video, and I highly suggest everyone that's a fan watches it. But I think he could have gotten to the point a little bit faster for me personally. But regardless of what the answer is, knowing actually feels really good. Did you enjoy the answer, Rico? Or were you disappointed in the answer? No, don't say that, because people will infer. Just, yeah, watch the video, guys. See, I don't want that frame right there. A title card to the map of the world for Doc Stone for this one. Yep, right there. I agree. I like that. Yeah, I see it right there. Yep. Took me a second to think about the new opening.
Oh, come. Oh, come.
Again, this was such a fun little thing with the poker. And yes, Bag, the opening was indeed fun. The only Beastars music I know is Yoasobi's one, which I think was like season 2. I liked it. I wasn't as big into the ending. I like the cards. I think the cards that they use in the ending are really fun. And I'm not calling it bad. Generally, you guys won't ever hear us say like an ending or an opening song is bad. If I literally say the words like it's garbage, it's bad, that must mean something. Generally, I'll say if something's going to make it to my playlist or not. And just because something doesn't make it to my playlist doesn't mean that it's bad. It means it's not necessarily hitting me, which is fine. My favorite band is New Found Glory, so I can't... my musical tastes are weird, right? Favorite opening for music is probably Good Morning World with Primary Colors, the first season's 2 openings by for songs are really close together. Animation, I think the second first season opening with Primary Colors it's probably my favorite. I love that opening, the animation for it, all the shots, the like math lines coming off and running across the table, the focus on the eyes. Like, I love the second opening. The best ending is Stone Wars Voice by Hatena. I think I said that right. Or Koe by Hatena. That is, I love that song. So good. Second best ending. Um, uh, Ski Nishi Nayo from season 3. So yeah, you like season 3 part 1 opening? It was good. It was good. Definitely good. Let's see here. There we go. That allowed me to cut out a little bit.
Watch him, because he probably knows how to deal from...
They know you so well. Come on now.
This was so
That was not
fun.
harsh, that was fair.
This was so fun. How long has this been going? 14. We're at about 3 minutes. I'll look to see if there's a better place for the timestamp as I go along.
Lucas Pope. We started teaching Lucas. That was not harsh. We started teaching Lucas poker.
Yeah, I think we'll just cut out the second hands that they play. Keep this. Well, thanks for dropping by, Rico. Hit that like button if you didn't already. And everyone else that is watching, if you are enjoying the video, please do hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel even. Big help if you do that.
We started teaching Lucas poker.
It's teaching, for those of you that don't know, our son Lucas also has a YouTube channel, MB Lucas 13, and he does. I love my son. He is a trip and a half. He has learned, like, it's crazy. He does his own music-ish. He's learning about music, and he's come a long way with it. Like, if you go back and listen to some of his earlier songs compared to ones today, it's really, he's grown a lot. He loves Five Nights at Freddy's, but here's the thing, Lucas does all of this himself. I try to guide him and try to encourage him to do better. Like if he's doing some sort of animation thing, if he doesn't put in sound effects, I'll try to, hey, go back and put in sound effects and things like that. The dude uses Blender. My son's 11 now. You liked his Blender short? Yeah, that was fun. That was definitely fun. Where the pro versus noob, square to sphere. But he does this all on his own, and he was getting really obsessed early on with videos not getting a lot of likes, regardless of the view count. And I had to tell him, dude, people don't like videos. It's just the way it is. For better or worse, most of us, myself included, although I do try to think about it these days more than I have in the past, people will watch a video, and whether they like it or not, they could freaking love it. Most of the time they won't hit that thumbs up video, but it does help. So if you do like what we're doing, take a moment to hit it. And I try to do that more. But yeah, a lot of people don't, and that's fine. I'm not trying to guilt anyone. Sharing, even for those of you that might be doing YouTube yourselves, either new to it or thinking about it. Don't let likes and dislikes really get to you that much, because most people don't interact with the videos, and be very appreciative whenever people do, which I always am.
Got a nice little cheap.
Bag, if you're wanting to try Blender, do you know the Blender Guru? Blender Guru, this guy right here, his videos, freaking phenomenal. You follow his Blender donut tutorial, and you'll be able to use Blender. I'm not saying you'll be a pro at it, but you'll be able to use it. You'll be able to do it. I learned from him. Oh, he suffered through the donut tutorial. Okay. Well, if it didn't work, like I said, I couldn't guarantee that it would work for you, but you should be able to do it. But it can be overwhelming. I've done a little bit. The intro that we have, our AVR squared intro, I made that in Blender. Welcome back, Rico. I made that in Blender. I've made some other things. Our Nebula is made with Blender, but I actually licensed the Nebula maker. Now I go in and change the colors, shapes, and it's not like I'm just using the stock Nebula that the I don't want to call it a plugin. I don't know the plugin. But I use that. Sorry, I got distracted, and you guys know I can't multitask very well. Yeah, Lucas, I love his things. I'm so proud of him as a creative, and I'll just leave it at that word. Encouraging him to focus on the skills he's learning to do YouTube. So his 3D modeling and animation, his 2D animation, the editing skills, the sound design skills. He likes to do, make sound effects and things like that. Encouraging all of that, because if YouTube doesn't work out, either his specific channel or the platform falls apart. We've seen social media platforms die off.
It's like a casino.
Those skills that he's learning, though, are marketable all over. And the fact that he's already doing this stuff, dude, guys, my son is working with Unreal Engine. Like, he has Unreal on his laptop right now, and he's making his own game, Dimensions. He's mostly just playing with the stock models and stuff, but he's learned how to bring in some of his Blender models into Unreal. My 11-year-old, do you know the pride I feel for that? Anyways, you only tried it because you were doing counseling at a camp. That's all right. Make a Dr. Stone game. That would be cool. I have gotten so off topic now. The topic of editing. Yeah. I'm sorry. I got to go. I got to talk about my son, and those of you that have been around here for a while know that's my favorite thing in this world to be, a dad. Yeah, he's having fun, and that's the thing. I don't want to put any pressure on him for this type of stuff. He does videos when he does them, and he's up to 150 subscribers. He's got videos that have gotten several thousand views. But there's no pressure for him. I don't ever want him to feel a lot of the stresses that a lot of YouTubers end up getting and going through. And I want him to have the focus on the skills needed for it that are marketable. See, I don't feel like I got something I can really cut here. maybe here. Just cut a little bit there. Okay, that'll be good enough, I think. I know, right? You know, as far as fan service goes, Dr. Stone is pretty good with it. There's a little bit with Kohaku in every season. There's a little bit with Homura, of course. There's some with Yuzuriha. But it's relatively tasteful, if that makes sense. Like when they're looking for Iron Sand in season 1, and Kohaku's in her bathing suit, her bikini, which is really just her underwear. It makes sense. And the boys are there in their bathing suit underwear as well because, well, like Senku says, it's the stone world. Nobody's really cared about bits and pieces being out and about. But they definitely are throwing stuff in for people that appreciate shapes. Curved shapes. Ah. He's in there in that in the world of H. I did not know that. Yes, Zomki. Didn't we just have this conversation, Zomki, or was that that guy? Maybe it was that guy. That guy was being that guy, not watching Dr. Stone.
Marking cards. You guys have appreciated his sketchiness for the last few years.
Yeah.
See, we're at about 4 minutes into this timestamp. Why don't we... 10.5. A little over... I think we're going to go right here, and I'm going to call this one the Big Cheats. Because this is where we get the two big moments, if you will. I want to say I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today and giving me some good conversation. Yeah, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Has it only been 3 years at this point? I thought we were closer to like 4, maybe 5 years by now. I have trouble keeping up with the specific time. Ow. Sorry, mouth noises. Good to know. I thought he did look a little bit older. I think I said it in season 3 that I thought they looked like the characters, not like significantly, but just a little bit. Like there just seemed to be, and maybe it was just like me reading into or wanting to see aging.
Yeah.
And maybe he didn't, but I thought there was a little bit of a growth look. Not necessarily like height just like they subtly changed the face. My dog is barking. I don't see anyone on the camera, so let her bark. Misdirection. Let's see here. Picks up that card. Yeah, I'm gonna use that skip right there.
Wow. And he probably switched out some cards and gave them to him, and misdirection.
Hold on, let me look at my camera because the dog is still barking. Give me a moment. I am expecting my tens unit leads. Oh, I freaked out. I saw my son on the camera, but it was from this morning. Oh, let me get to now. Oh. I think it was the garbage recycle truck going by, and she's still barking at that. Oh. Dog.
Direction. Misdirection.
See, like, here's a perfect example. When I was talking earlier, and like I've talked in past edits of part of editing a reaction is actually re-editing the anime episode itself. I'm looking to cut down stuff here, copyright stuff, shorten time, keep it snappy, focused on the reaction part. And you have Gin here being accused of switching the hand by Kohaku, and Gin immediately defends himself, saying that's an awful accusation. I can cut this 2.5-ish seconds out and just go to Kohaku or Senku's line of, you diverted everyone's attention. And it like I said, it helps with the copyright aspect, as well as keeping it a little tighter for focus on the reaction, but also keeps you guys, the audience, in context, and helps you, I think, let me know if I'm wrong in the comments or in chat. It helps you guys stay with it, stay with us. Like the context matters, so it's not too, it's choppy without being choppy. And that's why it's kind of like re-editing the episode itself, not just the reaction, because I can't just have you guys go from point A to point B without the transition point, you know? Okay, cool. Yeah, we haven't had to do speed ups as often because of how we go in now. All these little cuts where I'm looking to take out half a second here, 1 second there, 2 seconds there. That has enabled me to reduce the amount of speed ups, and I'll use it on some of the heaviest dialogue, of course, but I'll usually use it more on fights or reveals where the tension and the length is kind of needed, but there's no dialogue. It's just maybe music or some sound effects. I'll shorten those up to 150 200% speed, so 1.5, 2 times normal speed. I wish I could go back to some of our old edits and undo the awful thing, but it was a learning experience, you know. And every channel is different, and approaches this different, which is good, which is fine. But I really do hold to the idea that I hold to us trying to hold up to the idea of fair use as much as a reaction channel show reaction episode can be fair use. Limiting the amount of the source material and obfuscating, did I say that right? To the point that it can't be a replacement, that we can't be a replacement for the source video. Keeping the focus on us and our commentary and the reaction, and thereby creating, you know, an entertainment purpose. I want to match that, so I don't want to just put stuff in there willy-nilly. Even if we could do more, like even if we were on a platform, like I've heard other video hosting platforms will let you do a whole lot without copyright violations. I still don't think we would, because like I've got some standards, I guess, and that's not saying other people don't, but they're mine. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I'm glad that you enjoy the way I try to help make sure you guys are following. That's all I was trying to say. All of that mumbo jumbo. Is that just Christine coughing? Yeah. I think I'm gonna cut out some of his explanation here. Could just go with this right here. Konosuba a while ago, or yeah. I'd gotten spoiled about who Eris is in Konosuba, but Christine hasn't been, so shh.
In high school.
I think that'll flow well enough.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, basic magic. They go, and then go right into Ukiyo. Kind of cut this exposition down a bit.
Yeah, but a 4 of a kind can be beat by a couple of hands.
Boy, I hear Christine having to deal with Lucas. He has this habit of trying to get out of riding the bus home. And he'll claim a lot of different things. And the bad thing is you know, Lucas has health issues. We would, in the military, what some might call mental, we call behavioral health, and also physiological, like physical health issues. So we always have to be aware of that. We have to be aware that he might try to get out of things here and there. And we also have to be aware that he can legitimately be ill, and he could legitimately have something going on. And we need to think about that. But he doesn't like riding the bus. He doesn't, from what we can tell, nothing bad is happening on the bus. They're monitored. And what he does say bugs him about the bus just kind of seems like normal things that people don't like. Kids being loud, kids playing music, maybe kids saying mean things. Not necessarily bullying, like targeted, but not nice either. The primary thing, I think, is the time. My son goes to a special school. I forget what it's called, but it's almost like a magnet school, but it's a public school. So it's almost like a gifted private school, but it's public. All the students are chosen. One, there's a invitation and qualifications, but it's to all the public schools in the district. Um, and then it's a lottery for those positions because it's, like I said, like a gifted, like a magnet type school, grades 3 through 8, and we were blessed enough he was blessed enough. We were blessed enough to get him in to get through that process and be selected. Um, but since it's from the whole district, the bus routes can take a really, really long time, and they share a bus with another school that is similar. I think it's a different type of like magnet program. And I'm putting this because it's not magnet specific, but similar. And so the bus ride is almost like an hour long in the afternoons. And I get that sucks. Um, but at the same time, it takes almost an hour to pick him up through the bus line for us. It's either go in, because again, parents coming from all over our district to this one school, uh, uh, it makes for a lot of them wanting to pick their kids up instead because of the length of time it can take for the bus. So it really is almost, I guess, like a 50-50 split. So you have a lot of long lines waiting for pickup. So you either get in super early and wait 35, 40 minutes before the bell rings because others are getting in line, or you get in line when the bell, closer to when the bell rings, and you end up waiting that time on the other end, waiting to actually get through the line. So riding the bus is, in the end, the better thing. Plus, it's as long as he's not getting actively, like I said, legitimately bullied or abused or something like that. It's good socializing. There's skills that you build in dealing with situations you don't like, how to deal with people being inconsiderate, right? The appropriate thing, go to the bus driver, let an adult know if you're a kid. And it's something that, especially for him, we really need him to do and learn some social skills, including coping and even some conflict resolution, some conflict avoidance skills as well.
You guys aren't really
But I think the number one thing is it's the time, and he doesn't want to take the time and would rather mom and dad lose our time. Well, buddy, mom and dad have responsibilities as well. Old private school all the way to 12th. Every drop off was on the same one-way road. So if you wanted to pick up your middle schooler, you had to drive past the two. Okay, yeah, that would suck. Yeah, it could be annoying. It could be difficult. Let's see, which order is this? Okay, that's mom and dad. So one second. You got a delivery outside their house. My sister is taking care of my dad. I went to stay with him in the hospital. I went to stay with my dad at the hospital after he had heart surgery. Um, and my sister, being in better health than I am, she is the one that took him home and is helping him out this first week at home. I was letting her know that something I bought for his recovery is has been delivered. But I'm expecting my pads. I really want them. My shoulder hurts.
Yeah. You guys are missing some steps here, I think. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You guys are missing some steps here, I think. Oh, and it,
Child, man.
I like the idea of sleight of hand and magic and stuff like that.
That's going to be a fun story for you guys. Somewhere right around 21:15. Talk about some of my skills I was learning as a kid, dealing with cards. Man, we are almost done with this, which is good. I'm getting tired. Been going for almost 2 hours. Plus, I had some setup with this before we got started, which I like to do usually. Here, let me... Whoa! Put it this way. Ah! You see, that's the other thing about doing these reactions. If you guys notice, as far as like the show and us, the reaction part is all done in OBS. This is just one video track, and the audio tracks with it. That's why we don't have like the transparency situation here. I want the ability to go back in and use things however I want, but I can't constantly do the lining up and the multiple tracks, more moving pieces to record, full frame anime and our reaction window, and then doing all of the stuff in post. If we did it that way, there would be way too many extra steps, and you guys already see how much struggle it can take to do this. Hold on. Hey, Christine? Did he agree to ride the bus home? Okay. What was it this time? Nausea? Okay. He said that his back was feeling better this morning. He took some Tylenol last night. He just doesn't want to ride the bus. Ah. Parent life.
Top of the deck, so dealing from counting as a kid. So dealing from the bottom.
You were just a naughty child, man.
I was not. Always liked the idea of sleight of hand and magic and stuff like that.
Oops.
Guys never considered he would count.
Okay. Got it. I just, you know, you want to make sure that you get as much of the word as you possibly can, but I'm always fighting the subtitles because I don't want them to be. I don't want subtitles from something that's not being said on for like 2 or 3 frames. It's just doesn't look good. And I know I just got done talking about extra work and how much I like to try to automate things and simplify things to do these reactions. But again, I have standards, and not that other reaction channels don't. But these are my standards.
Damn.
And while not everyone
That's funny.
appreciates the
Well, there's that too.
production value consciously, I have to wager based on those that tell us they enjoy the production value, the effort that we do put in on the post side, that most people probably appreciate it very much subconsciously. Yeah, right here. That'll work. Yeah, me versus Crunchyroll subtitles. And that one Dawn to Dawn episode was so frustrating. That's why we spent the rest of the season watching Dawn to Dawn on Netflix.
Had some sticky fingers? Oh no, you marked them.
I think it was the episode. I don't remember which number. Actually, might be able to tell by thumbnail. Let me see. Not that one. This one. Episode 5. I believe it's that one. The subtitles got really white, like no drop shadow, no outline, nothing. Just all of a sudden plain white text, and made it really hard to see and read anytime there was a really light colored, if not white, part of the show right behind the text. And didn't want to have to play the guessing game ahead of time, or try to switch in the middle of it if it happened again. So we just started watching it all on Netflix. Ow. But this we watched on Crunchyroll, and everything's clear. I'm gonna just skip that out.
Lacquer poisoning.
Yeah, right? Took me a second to realize what you were talking about again. I was like, color filter? I'm not using color filters. But yeah, the no color filter on that Dawn to Dawn episode. Yeah, like the red and during like the crab chase and the pink with the dancer, stuff like that. Yeah.
Ow. Ow. Sly, man. Ow. Yeah, but also, Senku, you have awful luck, man. Ow. Ow.
Gonna cut me hurting myself.
Sly, man.
I'm just gonna go with this part.
Yeah, but also, Senku, you have awful luck, dude. Well, there's that too, huh? Lacquer poisoning.
Okay. The cruise ship Perseus. Because it goes from being a just the science ship to having a casino and bar. I think that officially makes it a cruise ship, right? Couldn't imagine sailing across the ocean like that. One mistake on the ship, everyone is dead. Yeah, even modern days, I can't imagine sailing across the ocean like that. It's why I joined the army. I like flying, but my eyes used to be way worse. I had laser surgery, PRK version, and your eyes will deteriorate again regardless. And my right eye has finally started to need correction again. I'm turning 40 this month, so it's expected. But my eyes used to be way worse, so I couldn't fly. I couldn't be a pilot, right? And I'm not going to be on the ocean like that. I like water. I loved swimming in the ocean when I could. But I don't like to be out on boats for extended periods of time. Is it Shady, Rico? Is Shady back? Back again? Should I go tell a friend? Welcome back.
Luck that's bad enough that it makes. At least luck that's bad. Have to work harder.
Oh my god, you know what's in my head now? Cabin fever.
Oh.
Cabin fever.
Christy makes a
Oh.
great reference right here, and you guys are gonna have to get that after. Well, I'm gonna have to record that clip from the movie. Cabin Fever. And no, it's not from the movie Cabin Fever. You'll see when the reaction gets published. You'll see. It's pretty good. I'm pleased that she made that reference.
He's gonna take from the house.
I got really you saw on Discord
I wonder.
some of the troubles that I had getting home from my dad's hospital stay. I don't want to fly alone again. I don't have the tolerance, both physically. I mean, I can do it. It sucks though. I hurt sitting up for like. I get about 3-ish hours that I can be upright before things start hurting. I alleviate that by leaning back and reclining and taking breaks and not doing too much for extended periods of time. But mentally, man, it was draining. And I was getting very easily confused and tripped up, and I was spiraling at times, trying to figure out how to get home, combined with pain and discomfort and everything else. So I don't want to do it again alone, but I like flying itself. It doesn't bother me. Every now and then it's still best of luck, Rico. Every now and then it's still amazing to look out the window and see the wing of the plane, and it's like speed makes air here different than here, so plane go up. Like, that's all it is speed makes the air here and the air here different, so plane go up. I think that's so cool still to this day, having flown across the Atlantic a dozen times, coast to coast a dozen times, and countless regional and well within the coast flights in the States. But it does hurt a lot more these days.
What else?
Yeah, to at least get to one of them. And it would be who of you, let me tell you, hold on. Okay. Christine's dealing with Lucas right now. Don't drive to Alaska. There's an army base in Alaska, and I've known multiple soldiers that drove from the States to Alaska. Don't, unless absolutely necessary. Don't.
What else? Ah.
Yeah. Oh, well, definitely not from Florida.
Beer. Beer. Would the Stone World guys even know about beer yet?
Maybe it was in the
I
100
would've-
Tales.
Because they were drinking wine for sure. That's easy to get to, but beer's a little different.
I've been to. Sorry, I kind of got distracted doing the editing thing. But I've been to 36, 37. I'd have to recount.
Brian, you drink.
I have them all marked on my Google Maps of every state I've been to. Um, been to a lot.
Brian, you drink beers and stuff like beers and stuff. Mead or something.
I don't know. Fine.
Too used to the modern tanks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've done quite a few, and not just like flown to them, but driven to them, through them, in them. Both like visiting stuff with family, either as a kid or as an adult. And stuff with the military, living all sorts of places.
Which the Stone World wouldn't have had before Simcoe.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't count if it's just the airport. That is a fair way to have it not count. Speaking of airports, I've done
Are you blaming?
so many. Like all the big ones in the States. I know JFK, I know O'Hare, I know Hartsfield Jackson in Atlanta, Dallas, Fort Worth. I've done uh, Newark, LaGuardia, JFK. I've done, I've been all over. Dublin, Frankfurt, was it Munich's airport? I think it was. No, Nuremberg. I think I flew into one in Nuremberg. Anyways, there was two different ones that I did in Germany, and it wasn't the one that starts with an S. Anyways, yeah, done quite the. I miss traveling. You know, most of those days are mostly gone. Things that I've already been to before. Excuse me. This was quite the fun reveal here.
Are you blaming? Are you saying Gen did this? Aw. Aw. Shit stirrer. 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 Stirrer.
Sorry, got hyper focused again and got super silent. Gen was behind the petrification the whole time, all part of his plan to make humanity better from the get-go. All him. It was Gen all along.
Stirrer.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. Stirrer.
Mm-hmm.
Stirrer.
I think I could use a little bit more shh in that. Add in a little bit.
Stirrer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, that'll work.
How long is no time for anime episodes? How long is no episodes? Next episode? After? That was good.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
That was a great episode.
That's okay. That's okay.
You wanted more.
I might put in,
Tarot.
might cut that out.
That's okay.
I just reference a Tonic song from the 90s. You wanted more. By
Tarot
Tonic.
cards. I'd take those as posters.
Well, I do appreciate everyone that joined us on the stream today. Bag,
You know, it's so
especially
a shame.
you and Rico hanging out for quite a bit. Zomki, anime watcher, and that guy who was the first to kind of say hello today. Anyone that watches on demand or whatever, leave some comments throughout about what we were chit chatting about. You're gonna watch the reactions and go watch some Astrobot. Sounds like a plan. I'm going to wrap
Like,
this
I've got
up.
the,
I've got some
there's a decent. I've got the
I'm going to put in those clips that I talked about earlier,
figures. There's a decent.
and I have to record a couple of those, so it's still going to be probably
There's a decent Kohaku
Uh,
poster. No Chrome. No
Yeah.
Kaseki. Like.
maybe an
Been looking for
hour-ish.
Chrome for years.
Yeah.
By the time I get those recorded and added, and then the video rendered and uploaded. I probably only have like maybe 10 minutes-ish, 15 minutes-ish of editing work that I'll
I like the
be
opening
doing, but the rendering and the upload are going to be what will take the most time, and then processing, because sometimes
I like the cards.
like I've got fiber internet, so I've got 1 GB up and down, and my upload speeds are good. Like, I mean, I'm pretty happy. YouTube maxes out at about Is it 25? Yeah, I think it's close to like 25. So or no. Maybe like 15 to 20 megabytes, like not MIBI, but mega, like real time upload. It maxes out well below the theoretical you know, gig that you could be getting. Which is not bad because that's still freaking ridiculously faster than the 10 that I was getting, which real time was more like 7, 8. So I am uploading much faster, but processing, YouTube processing the video takes forever sometimes.
Ishigami Village, you know?
So, yeah, I'm going to finish that up. I'm going to do those clips and I will get this uploaded as quickly as I possibly can. Again, thanks to everyone that hung out. Subscribe, check out all of our other reaction videos, podcasts, reviews, lots of great stuff. Check it all out. Playlists is probably one of the best ways. And if you're using like the app, or you can use this search function on our channels, I playlist everything. So if you can't find it because there's so much, pop it in there, take a look. It'll be quick and easy that way. LRMonline.com if you're into entertainment. We could be a great source of news, reviews, celebrity interviews, covering the gamut. If you're into it, so are we, and we write about it, talk about it. Gig and Nancy interview about it at LRMonline.com. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Have a good one. See you next time.